After 5 long years, SZA has finally returned to the music industry with her sophomore album, SOS, that just dropped on Friday. By working with her team of trusted and talented producers such as Thank God for Cody, Bisel, Carter Lang, and Jay Versace, yes, that Jay Versace that used to do skits on Vine, SZA has again pushed the sound of the music industry forward by blending R&B, hip-hop, alternative rock, and other genres into a cohesive and moving album. Because SZA and her producers use so many different genres on SOS, a quote-unquote SZA type beat can sound like a lot of different things. So with that in mind, I decided to base the beat that I'm going to showcase in this video off 2 of my favorite songs on the album, Used, featuring Don Toliver,
Yes, I've been used to being used like this. Ain't no difference on me.
And Seek and Destroy. These 2 songs were produced by a team of producers, but most notably DJ Dahi and Thank God for Cody, who are known to focus on creating textures and feelings in their beats. So with that in mind, I started looking for sounds that had a lot of textures to begin building my chords with. This led me to the fluttering sign sound in the Providence Bank that sounds like this. Once I had this, I laid down a very simple chord progression. Thank God for Cody talks about the importance of chords when he says,
"It's like nothing more satisfying than like finding just that right set of chords, that right progression, like what was gonna be the right chord progression for it."
When listening to the song Used, I only heard about 2 or 3 chords, so I modeled my progression after that. This chord progression is in the key of F sharp minor. The first chord is an F sharp minor 7th chord, and we know it's a minor 7th because of the 2, 3, 2 spacing pattern between the notes. I then moved on to the next chord, which is a G major 7th chord, and we know it's a major 7th chord because of the 3, 2, 3 spacing between the notes. And for the last chord, I repeated the previous chord but brought down the top note down by 2 notes, which is called suspending a note. Now, I often get asked how I build my chords, and in this case, I typically choose one chord to start off with. In this case was a minor 7th chord, and then I just click around until I find another note that sounds good and reverse engineers the chord. To continue adding texture, I again went into the Providence Bank and chose the preset Filth. I then copied and pasted my chords in and added a Kickstarter sidechain effect to provide a pulsing effect, and this is what it sounds like. I then continued layering the textures by going into Serum and using the default saw wave and changing the unison level to 5. To add movement to the sound, I chopped up the chords, added a Kickstarter, a pancake, a reverb, and an EQ to get this sound. Once I had the bass of the beat, I moved on to adding an actual bass to the beat. For my bass, I went into Contact and selected the palm muted Rickenbacker bass setting and came up with a simple bouncy bass line. Next, I moved on to my melody. When making SZA beats, I think it's important to make the melodies light, bouncy, and cute. So I went into the Providence Bank and selected the sound Eli Piano and came up with this. Guitar and string instruments are also a huge part of SZA's music. So I went into Contact 7 and selected Multiplicity from the free, yes free, Haifa bank. Link to this bank is found in my description. I used the chords I had before to come up with this simple melody. To get that authentic guitar reverb sound, I went into Amplitude and used the American Tube Clean 1 preset. I then went into Triton and added this lead called Transfer Lead. Finally, to finish off this loop, I added more textures. I went into Triton to find what Thank God for Cody describes as a glittery layer to add some high-end frequency to the beat.
And at that point, I just needed like, almost like a glittery layer just to make it sparkle a little bit.
And I chose the sound called Flying Machines. This is the pattern that I came up with, and this is what it sounds like. For my final sound, I added this cool accent from Analog Lab from Hicks Vibrations Kit, and this is what it sounds like. In her music, SZA tends to use real sounding drums, so I went into the Lunch 77 Alchemist kit that you can find on Reddit and selected the following sounds: a punchy kick, a snare, a hi-hat, and another hi-hat. And this is what my drum pattern sounds like. Finally, I added a perk loop . And I added a drum fill. And that's how I would come up with a SZA type beat. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making the beat. I'm going to play this beat for you guys at the end of the video. If you did enjoy this, leave a like or a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see from me in the future, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much.